yours is good politics. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. 100. We should have universal health care. We should have universal health care. We should have universal health care. We should have universal health care.
Alright, okay, John Delaney. So, we'll have it your way, right? We'll just not run a Medicare for All in 2020. And, although it has a 70% approval rating, why not run on it, right? Keep running on private insurance and universal health care, and we're sure gonna win the election. No, that was obvious sarcasm. There are two things that I really dislike about that speech. Is that one, I really despise when he smiles, and I'm not saying I dislike his smile, but it's just like he does it at the most inconvenient moments. Like every single time in the debates, when he was just getting wrecked by Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, he'd always make a smile. Like it's hard to do. It's like kind of reminds me of a Smurf for some reason. I don't know, it just does for some reason. And also now he's getting booed and he just smiles. It's almost out of nervousness and to show like, hey, I don't care, I'm still confident. But, I mean, what I also dislike is that although the audience kept booing him, he kept repeating himself. In fact, he repeated himself 3 or 4 times. We should have universal health care, and the amount of boos just kept staying the same. They would drop, but when he would repeat himself, they'd go back up. You know why? Because it's obvious. Nobody wants that. So, I mean, yeah, because, like, every single time he said we should have universal health care, I'm a robot, I'm going to keep saying we should have universal health care, I'm not going to have a malfunction, I'm going to keep going. The audience would simply keep booing, and he would keep repeating himself. So, that's the other thing about him. He simply... It's not denial, and it's not like an issue with ego, but it's just he doesn't realize when he's been proven wrong. He doesn't realize when he's been debunked, if you know what I'm saying. Because again, we saw this all the time at the debates. He was just getting smacked around by Bernie, then getting pushed away, and then grabbed by Warren, and then she would smack him apart. She'd smack him in pieces, and then she would push him back to Bernie, and then he would take his turn smacking at him. So, I mean, and now the same thing was happening with this audience. So, I mean, yes, it will take away private insurance, but think about it this way: you won't have to go through an approval thing. You won't have to pay money for if you break your arm or if your son breaks his arm. You're gonna simply have free healthcare because it's a human right. I mean, it's not something like, okay, your family member is severely injured, so although he's a human life, right, and he should have the right to heal, we're going to make you pay for it. Right. Now, obviously, Americans don't want that. Medicare For All has a 70% approval rating. One sec. Let me just see if this is still recording. Alright, good. Because I can't see the screen. Medicare For All has a 70% approval rating, okay? Now, I don't know what approval rating private insurance has, but of course it's going to be below 30% because there's got to be some people that are undecided. So, man, I mean, it's almost like it's almost like he thinks the audience didn't hear his opinion, because although they keep booing at him, because obviously they heard his opinion on it, his take on it, and they don't like what he said on Medicare For All, but he keeps repeating himself over and over as if it's going to change it. I mean, when you say 4 times, we should have universal health care, universal health care, and they keep booing, they heard what you're saying. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. I mean, damn, I mean, obviously, I mean, you're either out of touch or you're just stubborn in the sense that you don't, even if, even though you, for some reason, disagree with private insurance, oh wait, I have a theory for why you agree with private insurance, why you agree with it, and why you disagree with Medicare for All. You're currently the most corporate Democrat running. You're the Democrat who has the highest percentage of his donations coming from corporations and not individual donors. Ah! Yeah, now it's making sense for why you're against Medicare for All. You're for the private insurance. You're one of the many corporate Democrats. Okay. So, then when you're the corporate Democrat, right, you have to know when the Democrats want Medicare for All. It has a 70% approval rating, an 82% approval rating within the Democratic Party, 52% approval rating with Republicans. Even the majority of Republicans approve of it. No, the way to win is not to move to the center, it's to move as far left as possible with agendas like Medicare for All or free college. Come on, man. I mean, you're either out of touch or you're so stubborn to hold on to being that corporate Democrat against the people. No, go away, F off. You're so stubborn with staying like that, or you're just delusional, or option 3, you're out of touch. You just don't, you think that you're back in the, 90s or before Obama ended his presidency. So, I don't know, man. I feel like this video is also self-explanatory. You see, the more I hear John Delaney, the more I start despising him. And yes, this clip was back from about 2 months ago, but it's something, at the time I didn't think much of it, but then I thought now, he's had these opinions since the very beginning of the run, and he's still kept it. He's either stubborn, delusional, or just is out of touch. He doesn't know how to research it. I mean, come on, man. People want this. Republicans want this. This is the way to unite the country. Gosh, I'm gonna guess that he's delusional, man. He's just making up his own theory. I mean, obviously you've got him booed. You've got him proven wrong by Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are more popular than you. Over 10 times more popular. You're polling under 1%. I think it's like, 1.7%? Yeah, it's either way, it's below 1%. So John Delaney, Bernie is going to keep running on his agenda. He's going to stay in the 20s and in the teens. You're going to keep running. Go ahead, and you're going to stay below 1%. Thanks for watching this video, and bye.